If you have an insecurity with that, that's on you.
Let me finish. Because you're not letting me finish. Let me finish.
But can she finish?
Who gives a f- about a woman's orgasm? It's useless.
Right.
I'm just saying, maybe if you cared a little bit about her finishing, you wouldn't have to worry about what's going on IG, because you piping her down. All right, by popular demand.
Well, if you're in a serious committed relationship with a guy.
You saw the clip?
I saw the clip that of him on the show.
So I decided to go watch the full thing because I was like, what's going on here? Okay. And this is the truth for people who didn't watch the full thing. They just saw the clip on Instagram, whatever. People hate Fresh and Fit so much.
They want to see them fail.
That's it.
That's really it.
Because if you watch the full one, I want to be honest with you, the interviewers look terrible. Fresh and Fit look terrible. But the way the clip is edited, it just makes the Fresh and Fit look terrible.
Man is capable of having sex with other women while still loving his girl the same.
You're actually saying that in a relationship, it's okay for men to go and explore other options, but we have to be happy with you and not explore options.
Absolutely. Closed on your end, open on my end, and I think there should be honest between the two.
Why? Why would anyone agree to that?
You can't just go throwing that thing around. I spoke to Dan Balserian. Yeah, I'm sick of you asking to finish your long, boring answers that are the same answer every time we ask you a question. Even Dan Balserian last week told me to my face, so fucking what, clown? Here you are on the show. I can turn you off as well. Just turn these clowns off. See you fellas, grow up, bring us back when you're 30 and you've got half a brain. You're not running around being led by your own dicks. Bye-bye. See you later. Turn them off.
Well, if you're in a serious committed relationship with a guy and you have, sexy photos of yourself on the internet, Instagram is just one medium that you can do it. Yeah, it is cheating.
Can a man be on Instagram in a relationship, but not a woman?
It's not the same. It's not the same.
Why?
Well, does it depend on the content that they're putting out? Like, if I'm shirtless on Instagram,
versus women, I say women want typically unlimited security from the best man that they can get, versus men want to get the most women they can get. Even a man that's extremely good looking is not going to get nearly the amount of options that a woman that's mediocre.
Are you kidding?
You know when I told you, feminists and these guys are just two sides of the same coin?
On the same side.
Right. So his argument for why the men can keep the Instagram is men and women aren't the same. Women, if they got Instagram, they're going to get way more responses, without even trying. Mm-hmm. He acknowledges that men sometimes get responses, but it's not even close. And so because of that, men and women aren't the same. Therefore, my argument makes sense. It's the exact same argument that women use to be able to be violent against men. Mm-hmm. Men and women aren't the same. I'm physically weaker than the average man, so I could slap the shit out of you because I don't do as much damage. It's the exact same logic.
It is.
They're still getting hit on by
Let's
females.
get back to the old nightclub rules. Let's get back to the nightclub. If you're at the nightclub, and the boys have talked about this on the Fresh and Fit podcast, boys will line up and will stand there for ages.
I'm going to show you something real quick.
I want you guys to pay attention because I think Myron doesn't realize he does this, but he was like, can I finish? Can I finish? Can I finish?
But he's the one that cuts off.
He cuts people off all the time.
On the screen right here, we have a chart from OkCupid, and this illustrates that even the most attractive men in the light blue are not even barely competing against girls in the mid-range. Men and women are not the same.
So what if a guy is posting a shirtless top and he's in a relationship? Is that cheating?
No, because it's not the same at all.
It's different. I know why it's different, guys. Listen, as guys, we zoom in on the girls' photos. We zoom in.
So, yeah, but that's your issue.
Guys, let me break this down for y'all, okay?
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? The dude's trying to get his point across. Guys. Let me break it down for you.
So let's Jackie, let me ask you a question. What is your dream car?
My dream car?
Yes, your dream car.
Oh, I'm not.
She can have any car she wants.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the dream car? What do you want?
I'm probably driving. I drive a Range Rover. I love it. So let's just say I've already got it.
So let's go into a scenario here, okay? Let's go into a scenario.
But that's not us playing these sound effects. Just so you know.
I'm a fan of
We're gonna go into a scenario here, all right? And just let me finish this concept, guys. Let me get through it, okay? So let's say you go to the dealership and you buy a brand new Range Rover, okay? Range Rover Sport. You've been wanting it for a while. Sign the paperwork, pay the money, buy it cash. You're good to go. Drive it off the lot. You don't care about it losing value, whatever. This is your dream car. Take it back to your house. 2 weeks later, okay? The the car dealer comes back to your place, says, hey, listen, man, we're kind of short on cars. We're going to need to put a for sale sign on your car. And a couple days a week, we're going to just need to put it on display back at the dealership. And, 1 or 2 people might test drive it. Are you okay with that? How would that make you feel? Answer the question. How would that make you feel?
Well, obviously, I wouldn't be okay with that.
Okay, thank you. That's exactly how men feel when their women post sexy photos of themselves on the internet to advertise to other men, because men are territorial with their women. It's been that way since the beginning of time.
How is it different in men? Men, when they put, like, let's say a man that's gonna put a 6-pack, or a man that's gonna put like a gray sweatpants, or man, how is that different though?
Well, men are territorial.
Women aren't.
Listen, men and women are different. Men are different. We're not equal.
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about.
That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, I understand what
But
you're
you need to
saying.
talk to him, not to me.
I understand that.
No, stop looking at me to make a counter argument. Like, yo, nigga, defend us. Like, just because we both from East Africa, right? And we shaved, but he's balding. Okay? Don't be we in the same boat. I still got my hair.
Hey,
I'm good.
Hey, I don't. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get emotional till you sound like
no,
this.
I just.
Today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, TH Henley. And you know what? I'm actually going to call them and see if they want to sponsor this video. Let's get this money. I get compliments on my skin all the time. People be asking, what's your skincare routine? How do you get your skin? And for a lot of fellas, talking about skincare is a little bit awkward because either we're too ashamed to do it or it seems a little bit too feminine. But the truth is, having rough skin or having all these little dents everywhere isn't something that you necessarily want, especially if it's things that you can easily avoid through very, very good products. I recommend going through that process. And that's where TH Henley comes in. They got a great system in place where you can use their products to achieve your skincare goals. I personally recommend that you start with the level 1 system, which comes with all the basics. A daily face wash, which gets rid of all the dirt and grime on your face. Then you got a 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of all the dead skin cells. And an AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because we all need to make sure that our skin is protected from the sun. And the cool thing about TH Henley is all their boxes come with instructions. In addition to amazing skin, members of TH Henley get tons of benefits like at least 20% off retail price, the ability to pause or cancel at any time, as well as free US shipping. And because TH Henley is sponsoring today's video, if you go to the link in the description below, not only will you get all the benefits that I just listed, but you'll also get a free gift with your purchase. Rub out that face so you can actually start looking fresh.
We can post what we want. If you have an insecurity with that, that's on you.
Finish. If I'm going to give you my last name, you cannot go out there and embarrass me.
I mean, I honestly wouldn't worry too much about my girl embarrassing me when I run a podcast called Fresh and Fit, and I embarrass myself all the time. I mean, you got this Goober Fresh posting new videos with Miranda, the sugar baby.
Oh, you saw that
and
too?
now they back together.
You saw that
you
too?
guys give yourselves L all the time. Myron's out here proudly proclaiming, like, who gives a shit about a woman's orgasm? Like, it don't matter if she comes. Like, it's not important. It doesn't matter. In fact, I would argue any woman you marry is literally going to have her social status reduced.
Women sometimes feel the same way. We could be in a relationship with a man who's gorgeous and he's posting shirtless tops on Instagram, and we feel like, oh, that, that's a thirst trap, right? You're wanting attention. So why is it different? You just think it's okay for a guy to do it, but not okay for a girl to do it because you're territorial. We can be territorial too.
Because men and women are different.
Well, women can be territorial, can't they?
Men and women are different. I think I get it now.
Here's the thing: you're letting your feelings, right, get in the way
I'm not.
of understanding.
I'm not.
basic
I'm
logic.
thinking
The basic
rationally.
logic is-
I'm really not.
Can I please finish my point?
I love how you dismissed the very valid point that she was making by being like, listen, you're getting your feelings. She was right. Women can be extremely territorial. Instead of responding to what she said, you're like, yeah, you're just an emotional crazy bitch who's on her period and, females can't think logically. She made a very logical point, and you didn't answer. And there's this idea,
That was not
right?
logical.
That dudes, like these alpha guys say a lot, women are emotional, they can't think logically, right? Look at them, they get upset, they get a little bit triggered when we say they're emotional. Guys, you are aware that pride and arrogance is also an emotion. When you're sitting there absolutely tone deaf, not being capable of listening to the person because of your own pride and arrogance, that's also an emotion. Sure, it doesn't express outwardly like fucking neuroticism or yelling or anything like that, but absolutely it is. And let's not pretend like you're the most emotionless person fucking staying stoic all the time. We're better than you niggas!
We are better than you niggas. Period.
Huh? You? Come on, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
You love saying that. You say that as a really a passive aggressive
He'd be
way
a
of
great
having a
arguer, this guy.
conversation. Not really, because I see what you're doing. I see right through it, but go ahead.
With all due respect, your feelings. This is
Your
your
feelings.
relationship.
I don't care about your feelings either.
She got triggered by that. But who says that?
But because it was.
With all due respect, like, I get you're in your feelings when you're making money, but fuck your feelings. Like, you're not addressing what she's saying.
No, it's not what she said at all. That's why the reason why she got. I can't understand why she got triggered.
Fuck your feelings.
Because it was what? That's not even. No, it's not what we're talking about. So,
But hey, alpha males, you know what I mean? They know how to stay stoic and fuck your feelings. Your feelings don't matter. Only mine and my pride and my arrogance.
But we can't get it through their fucking heads. Your value is not determined by some bitch. Stop thinking that your value is determined by some fucking bitch, guys. If we get fucking demonetized, I don't care. Fuck the bitches. The world determines your value based on the value that you bring to it, man.
Hey, man, you're sounding very, like, feelings and emotional right now. Can you please calm it down?
he's territorial.
It's a kind of a concern the way you view relationships. Like you have ownership of women. Yeah, that's kind of how it's coming across.
When did we say we own women?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hold up. Didn't they just give a full 2-minute fucking analogy about how they got a car and now their car's being put up by the dealership? You know, the woman's the car. You bought and paid for her. That's how you guys talk about your significant others and your women being on Instagram. You use analogies in which you treat them like objects, and then you say, like, well, when did we say that we own these women? Through your fucking analogies.
The thing is you're saying a guy can post sexy photos and he can do that in a relationship.
Yes, men and women are not the same.
So from your perspective, you say the males want quantity over quality.
Yes.
So if you're getting attention on Instagram,
Yeah, you're more likely to message them back.
you're more likely exactly to act on it.
That's a good point.
Okay.
Got him.
She made a great point.
But the thing is that women rarely message men.
That's not the point.
Oh.
That's not the point. Man, she definitely laid it out very easily. But here's the thing, right? And I think this is what makes people really not like talking to Meyer, or they don't like these conversations, or they find it frustrating, is he doesn't engage with the other person. You know what it's like when you talk with this dude? You ever have issues with your bank card, then you call and it's just an automated machine, and you want to talk to customer service, but it's just a bitch on the other line being like, press 2 to understand your credit balance. I want to talk to because you start pressing 000.
It's not.
You want to chop your fucking phone.
I had one time. One of them
Automated machines.
That one time I pressed 0 and it said that was not of the choices, and then repeated what I said. I'm like, yeah, but none of your choices are what I want to do, and it kept on repeating it. And then when at the end, you know, I tried that 5 times.
Yeah.
You know what it did?
Yeah.
I hung up.
That's what it's like to talk to
They
this
kicked
guy.
me off
You
their
hit him up,
show.
you be like, hey, so what do you think about the fact that, you know, yes, men may not have as much access, but them still having access is still a form of cheating. Lesser degree, still so. Thank you for calling Fresh and Fit. We can't take your call. That's what it's like, bro. And you know what? Watching this dude's argumentation, you can tell that he works from a conclusion and then works backwards. Meaning you have a thesis and then you just start to find evidence that supports that.
Yeah.
Find anything that helps you and ignore anything that contradicts it.
And whenever you do something like that, he's either gonna be like gonna backtrack, backpedal, or that esquiva, or well, let me finish, and then try to redirect what he was previously saying into something else.
Like I showed
you
you guys
joking?
before.
Yeah,
That's
but
why
it was
guys-
half, only half,
Well,
according
that's
to
why I
your
showed you
data.
guys-
Yeah, you're still
Okay.
getting messaged. So let's say I'm
Here's the
getting
thing, guys,
messaged by. Can I just make
If you're
one
gonna ask
point?
me a
Can you just let
question-
me finish for a
If you're
sec?
gonna ask a question, you should let me finish.
I just want to make one point. So if I'm on Instagram and I'm getting 40 DMs and you're getting 20,
That's very simple. That's very
Can you
simple.
believe it, guys? She treated me the way I treat all the women. Fresh, I know you haven't spoken once, but laugh, stupid. fucking losers, bro.
I just want to make one point. So if I'm on Instagram and I'm getting 40 DMs and you're getting 20 DMs, my point is that you guys are more likely to respond to the 20 DMs than we are to the 40 DMs.
Here's the thing: men and women are not the same.
He did it.
And then on top of that, men of status, men that are attractive, that have money, hey, it's just exercising options.
Oh,
Bingo.
sorry. So you're actually saying that in a relationship, it's okay for men to go and explore other options, but we have to be happy with you and not explore options.
Absolutely. Closed on your end, open on my end, and I think there should be honest between the two.
Why? Why would
crazy.
anyone agree to that?
You can't just go throwing that thing around and women sit at home waiting for you to come home to smell the juice of another woman on you.
Here's the thing. Can all men get away with this? Absolutely not. A small minority of men can. But the reality is, since the beginning of time, strong, powerful men, right, that had money and status were always able to have hordes of women. Look at Hugh Hefner. Look at Dan Bilzerian. Look at kings. Look at sultans of past. This is what women do. Women are attracted to men.
But mate, bro, I spoke to Dan Bilzerian. Yeah, I'm sick of you asking to finish your long, boring answers that are the same answer every time we ask you a question. Even Dan Bilzerian last week told me to my face, so fucking what, clown? Here you are on the show. I can turn you off as well. Just turn these clowns off. See you fellas, grow up, ring us back when you're 30 and you've got half a brain. You're not running around being led by your own dicks. Bye-bye. See you later. Turn them off. Oh, Jesus Christ. Now, these guys, I didn't mind having them on. Yes, we asked them to come on the show. Yes, we asked them their opinion. This dickhead over there, he just keeps going, men and women are different.
I know.
I can root who I want.
Exactly.
A woman should just do what I say. No, grow up, bro. Grow up. Even Dan Bilzerian said he's so lonely because the rooting around and the parties are fun, but the guy's lonely.
Watching this, to me, it's like there's two things. The first layer, which is we hate these niggas because they corny.
Yeah.
And everybody jumped on that because they're very detestable.
Yeah.
They're uncharismatic.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's the layer behind it. It's like, what fosters the people who love and support them, and what fosters the people who love and support the other side?
Because of what
what do they mirror in each other, and what does that say about our society?
Because of what they feed into people.
Go on.
Because they feed into that. They feed into the thing that, the hurt of people. The same way that Derek Jackson did that thing too. He did the same thing for women. He catered to women. They catered to men that are hurt, which is fine. But they just, when somebody once told me that there's some people that's going to take profit of your pain. It's worth it for you to be in pain and to stay there. For a pharmaceutical company, you getting healed is just one less client, not patient.
Even though this whole rhetoric is just pointless, like this whole talk about like super rich man's, like who cares what these guys are doing? Who cares how they live?
They sell a dream.
Who cares what their standards are?
You're selling a dream.
You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to live that life, so who cares?
You're selling a dream.
Right?
And people want that.
Right? Like, the hyper focus on that is just funny to me. On the other side, I think there are other talks in regards to like, the realities of dating and how it's like unfair to men speaks to a reality that a lot of men face, that it's tough out there for them to date. And so they identify with somebody who speaks to them and speaks crudely and then also speaks to the people who cause them hurt. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of dudes get fucked over by women. Or a lot of dudes feel like women are the reason why they get hurt.
Yeah.
Right? And so I could understand the appeal in that regards. Because like nobody really talks to women in a way that says like, man, fuck you. And a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah.
Right?
Fuck your
The same way there's a lot of like women who feel like, yo, fuck you dudes, because like some dudes catcalled her or whatever. So then they start talking about like men are trash.
Yeah.
This is the other side of that coin.
Yeah.
Right? So me personally watching a lot of this stuff, it's like men are trash is like the 2022 version of like the modern woman. Meaning, like, when they say the modern woman, they're basically saying women are trash. That's what they say.
I agree. I didn't say shit.
Right? When they say, like, men are trash, when they say the modern woman, it's always like, man, the modern woman is unreasonable. She's, like, to this, to that, to that. It's basically like, man, modern women are like this.
It's like this trend on TikTok.
Yeah.
Tell me women are trash without saying that women are trash. Ugh, the modern day woman. Modern day woman is just ugh.
And you realize there's just two sides to the same coin.
Same time.
Yeah.
And one is the product of the other. Like they coexist. They feed each other.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely see that. I feel like everyone's just operating from a place of like, man, my experiences with the opposite gender haven't been good, and there's things in society that are real that are unfair, and I'm living that, and I've lived that, and I'm mad. And the other side is the reason for that.
I think that's for a lot of things.
Yes, it's a lot easier to talk about others. It's like for most issues, I agree, because introspection or looking at yourself and then having to self-improve is always a lot more difficult.
Definitely.
Than
pointing out the fingers.
Yes. And it's also a lot more profitable because you get to feed off people's hate.
Yeah.
Right?
There's
That's
hate out there.
money. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. What do you guys think about the interview, some of the stuff that we said, all this other stuff? Let us know.
I'll let you talk most of the video because I didn't want to, cut you off.